All right, good morning to the Saturday Coffee Chat. If you're catching this recording, I'm going to try and keep it short, but I want to get in information. This is an important call as we kick off February, kick off a new month, kick off a new group. And if you're watching this in the Fit Family page, because you're part of the family, actually I got my Fit Fam shirt on, you can jump into the February group. I can get you going because you kind of know the process. So I can easily get you up and running. If you've been on the fence about jumping into our Love Your Plate, Love Your Body group, I can throw you in there, get you started, and you'll be up to speed. We officially start day one Monday. So this has really been prep week, and this is kind of the kickoff, ending prep week, kind of kicking us off into the group. And let me just tell you, Deb and I, we co-host this together, and the information that we're sharing with you this month is pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with it. You're gonna love it. You know, it's all about the nutrition, which we struggle with a lot. 95% of the women that I work with, you know, this is the roadblock, this is the hurdle, and this is where your results really truly come from. Like, movement is so vital as well for a lot of reasons. But the thing that keeps people from getting the results is having the fitness with the nutrition. So we're talking about the nutrition, and then also loving your body, like being accepting of, you know, where you're at in your journey and loving the whole process. And that is that mindset shift that we have to have internally to help us sustain results and just keep pushing through the hard. Because no doubt, I mean, this isn't easy. We don't have an easy button. You can get quick results, but it is about the long game. So with that said, Beachbody On Demand. So I know Donna is familiar with Beachbody On Demand. Sharon, I think you've gotten in there. I'm going to do a quick screen share just to show how to log in and find the workouts. So let me share my screen here. Get rid of that. So you just come to beachbodyondemand.com and you'll log in just with your Beachbody login, your email, username, password. And then it pops up to this page. You have all your workouts, and then if you click on workouts, it populates them all. So some of you are starting out on the program I started with, 21 Day Fix. So that's a great starter program. It's 30 minutes. You'll get a great workout. It also is the creator of the Ultimate Portion Fix, which we're going to dive into, especially this week, to make sure everybody's kind of got refreshed or is just really comfortable, because there's some new people going through the Ultimate Portion Fix. And so we're going to talk about that. But here's where, like, if you go in, and let me just... Just going to do this quickly, and then we're going to focus more on the meal planning part of it. So you just come into your workout. You got your workout list. They're typically lined out in order. So you just kind of go into week one. You got day one, day two, day three. And I encourage you to do them in order as they're lined out, because they are created by physiologists, by personal trainers, expert trainers, by you know, nutritionists, science, exercise scientists. For a reason, they are in this format. So try to stick to this as much as possible. I had to swap two around last week, so you know, sometimes your schedule's like that. Then in program materials, you're going to find everything else that you need to kind of like walk you through getting going. Start here guide, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff in this guide here. Then the other important thing I like for people to print out is whatever program you're doing, print out your workout calendar and then X off each day. And that kind of gives you this immediate reward. Got it done. And as you see that daisy chain building, it's this accomplishment that we have mentally as you're waiting for the results to kind of like show up from your hard work. So, and it keeps you on track. You just know what you're doing. I want you to know the night before what workout you got coming up to kind of get mentally prepared, get your workout clothes out. If that's going to help you, like, just push through the excuses and push play. And then you've got lots of other information here, frequently asked questions. There's, you know, in this 21 Day Fix, which I use as kind of like my base, like the food list, an eating plan, and playlist. You got all kinds of good stuff. So that's what the workouts, it's like the basic. You got your workouts. They're usually formatted in order. There's a workout calendar, super important to print that out. If you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix, of course, you find your thing right here. You can also get this through the Nutrition Plus tracker, and which is very handy. And then there's down here is the Fixates channel. Fixate is the cooking show, and then Shakeology, and then this is new. They put it out here, and it's just really it's a community. It's people who have posted to the Bod Life, and I never do this. I got enough places to post to, but if you need a little like encouragement, come in here and check it out. So that's there, and then we're going to touch on the blog here in a minute. So the one thing I want you to think about right now is like, what time of day are you going to work out? Make sure that you have that scheduled into your each of your days. And I'm going to talk about Sunday planning. We'll go ahead and look at the blog while we're here. This I come to every weekend when I'm doing my meal plan, because I like to find recipes that are Portion Fix friendly or To Be Mindset friendly. So if you're doing the To Be Mindset program, I know we got some people that are still doing that. I bring in some of the principles, and we're going to talk about those too this month, because I think they're very helpful. But I actually eat based off the Portion Fix plan. So when I come to create my meal plan, I go in here, I just hit the search button, and I might, put in, like, I know the Easy Turkey Chili, and I'm plant-based. So like I just substitute, there's like a crumble, it's called, that's made out of mushroom, or I put in tofu, and you can just Google or search anything here. Or you can just go out to the Fixate cooking show, and they've got a list of all the recipes in the Fixate cookbook. And there's 2 cookbooks, there's a 1 and 2. Okay, so let me back out of this. And then in the My Challenge Tracker app itself, which I'm going to share again and just go right over to my phone, I dropped in there. So you should be able to see my phone, right? Where are you guys at? Oh, there you are. See, my husband just got done with cardio, or 22-minute hardcore. It's popping up. So here's the phone, and this is the page it's going to come to when you first open it up. It'll be the latest coach post. So actually this weekend, because today is February 1, we've got, like, we're overlapping a little prep week with the beginning of the month. So you're going to see 2 posts this morning, one from me, one from Deb. Today, I just am encouraging you to make sure you get your before pictures and measurements done and your weight. And then Deb has in here posted the theme for the week. I thought I had it pulled up, but there we go. There it is. So you'll always see a pinned post here, and it's kind of inconspicuous. So you have to click view. So if I hit that, so the daily post is always going to be pinned to the top. And so this is our theme for the month. So it's a weekly theme and a daily theme. We're going to do some reflection, love your body. We're going to talk about that. On Wednesday is going to be non-scale victory day. Thursday is behind the scenes, some fun stuff, some fill in the blank, because we like to just have fun on Fridays, get kicked off for the weekend. Saturday is about treating yourself. And Sunday, we're going to spotlight some of the superfoods that you were drinking in your Shakeology, just kind of make you more aware of what you're drinking and how it's benefiting your body. So I'm excited about our weekly and daily themes. And then, of course, I love giving away prizes. So at some point, I will start making, if you participate in the assignments, which we're going to talk about expectations, I keep track of that and enter people in for prizes and give away some fun stuff. So this is, just know that you got a pin post at the top. And then when you come and click on this little icon down here, it's the group feed. So you see the 3 different people. If you click on that, it brings you to the group feed. So when I scroll, I can see, you know, what everybody has posted. Lots of people already getting their workouts and stuff done. But at the top, I wanted to make sure you know, and then you can see here who's logged in today already. Is that 5 of you? If I do accountability partners, because that's something I do, this is a great way you can come in and you can check, has my partner logged in? But info and files. So I'm going to tap on this because, oops, in here I have put 3 files. So you'll click on that. There we go. And in here, I did do a sample meal plan. And I have, for people who are on plan A, I have the recipes that go with this. So let me know you're on plan A, and and you can use this plan for this. It's actually a 4-day plan. So this is like get you going and show you how it looks when you plan it out. And then we'll help you create the final 3 days of your week. I have the recipes that go with this plan. So if you're plan A or you want those recipes, let me know. Here is a blank planner sheet, and then the customer GSR guide, which I'm going to look at quickly here because it has tons of great information. So I want you to open this up. I will email out to everybody in the group because it's a PDF and it's just easier from your email to be able to look at it and print it if you want to print pages from it, which I encourage you to do. So just know that there are info and files right here. So if you click onto that. Let's see, I think that's all I wanted to show in the tracker right now. Yeah, in that one. So stop share. And let me just pull up the meal plan A that I have in there just to show you. Because in the beginning, or if you're getting back into using the containers, I want you to just keep it very simple. And where I put in my variety is in my dinners. Otherwise, I'm picking from the food list. I'm filling my red container with yogurt, my purple container with fruit, you know, just a choice from the list. I'm making a salad, you know, with some green leafy veggies, some spinach, cucumber, tomato, radish. Okay, let me screen share again. I can see it, you can't see it. I pulled it up, I'm just talking about it. Okay, so this is the meal plan that I have loaded in our tracker. So, and I made this at the end, close to the end of last year, middle of last year. And my husband and I have now gone plant-based. So we're not doing eggs, dairy, or animal protein. So this is just an example, but keeping it super simple. So like no cheese, veggie, and Kalamata olive omelet. So it was, you know, 2 eggs is the red, got kale is the green, and sometimes tomato or red pepper. The Ezekiel toast is the yellow. The olives is actually a blue. And I put some oil was my spoon. Actually, I have to check that olives. Maybe it was the orange, and I kept thinking it was the blue. But anyway, so you just make it really simple. I'm picking from the food list. Okay, I'm gonna have 2 eggs, that's my red. I'm gonna have some veggies in my omelet, that's my green. I got a piece of toast, that's my yellow, right? And with Shakeology, we count that as a red. Whatever you throw in it, I always do like a frozen fruit, usually, unless I wanna eat my apple, frozen cauliflower, frozen spinach, and then snacks. I have a couple of different ones that I like to do. And then here's where I just kind of put in the variety. And then this can be leftovers for the next day, right? Or at the end of the week. So in the beginning, I definitely want you to just keep it super simple and choose from the list foods that you can put in your container and create your meal plan that way. So in the info files, and when I mail out or email out the customer just getting started right guide, I will put this meal plan and the blank template too, so they're easy to work with. And if you have any questions on them, definitely let me know. As we're going through the ultimate portion fixing this week, we'll really kind of like walk through this all together as well. And then when you're tracking, so let me see if I can pull this up real quick, the tracker app.
Louise, can I ask a really quick question just before we get off that meal plan?
Mm-hmm.
We can, so long as we're eating every 2 to 3 hours, I can move those snacks and meals around. Is that correct?
Yes. Now, if you're doing time nutrition,
as long as I take the whole meal, like not, I guess I'm, because I'm just starting, like where I would like to follow something that's already sort of laid out so I know what containers to put together. Because obviously I think for me, that's the hardest thing starting is like knowing like how to create a meal out of the container.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that sort of like to look at and say, okay, I'm going to have a red, a yellow, a purple, whatever, just to follow along at first. But like I work out so early on the weekdays, I can't eat before I work out. So I sort of foresee myself working out and then having my Shakeology.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
That is okay. I mean, if you're doing time nutrition to the T, it's having a pre-workout meal and then working out. And so that's why you can swap your Shakeology and your fruit to be your pre-workout meal. Those two you can swap, your meal one and your post-workout meal. And if you're doing time nutrition and following that program, you don't swap any of the other meals or any containers. So your second meal is always that, your third meal is always what it says, and your fourth, whatever, can't remember how many they have. And you don't mix and match containers. Like what is set is set. But since you're starting out, you can use that as a guide and, pair the containers as they're lined out, move them and make the meals where they fit best for you, just to get comfortable with using the containers and understanding what goes into each container. So that, like, as you're starting out, and then once you get a hang of it, then you can, and you really kind of get your routine going, you may then transition into doing time nutrition as it's designed and with not swapping anything.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me share real quick you should be able to see my Nutrition Plus tracker. So the only thing I want to say about this is that the way I keep it to stay on track through the day without like having everything super lined out, I just know what breakfast choices I have. I know what snacks that I like. Lunch is usually leftovers or a salad, with some protein, and my Shakeology. And then I have my dinner. So what I do in the morning is I go in and I log, like before we got on the call, I had my Ezekiel toast, with some banana on it. A half a banana equals a purple, and I had some peanut butter on there. And then, you can, if you're in a hurry, I've done it where I haven't even put in what it was. I just logged the containers. Like I got to run out the door, but I want to get these in my log so they come out of my overall daily allotment. But, you can put in there, you can add a photo if you want. And this is like as a food journal. So if you need to come back like that, this week was great. Like, what did I eat this week? I'm going to replicate that. I'm going to do it again. And then you just hit the log button, right? And then what I will do is, and I'm just going to make this up because I can't remember what I have for tonight, but I'm going to come in here. And so I'm putting in, I just call it meal 6, my dinner. I may not have 6 meals throughout the day, but I just make the last one. And I put in the dinner that I'm going to have. So let's say we're having I've got a baked potato recipe with broccoli, and it's, I think, nutritional yeast. And there's a recipe that you make that makes like a creamy cheese, but it's not cheese. And I think that's 2 spoons. And let's just say it's a healthy fat. So I put that in here, and I, baked, even say it sometimes, potato with broccoli, because that's easy. And log it in, right? And then now I know and I can even put in my Shakeology, because that's pretty standard for me. But now I know for the rest of the day, this is what I have to pick from. So it just makes me mindful of, okay, I'm going to have my Shakeology, which is going to be a red. I'm going to put in my last fruit, so I know I'm done with my fruit. I'm going to put in some frozen cauliflower or spinach. I may put in some PB2 or some almond butter. I'm done with my spoons, right? So you just can start saying, okay, so then what do you have left? You've got your reds. I've got another carb. I've got 4 more veggies and some seeds or dressing. So I'll probably make me a salad with some protein on it. And, later on I might have some crackers or another piece of toast, something. So it's a way to be able to see what I have bookending my day with between my breakfast and my dinner. So that is how I track, because I do not line every single day out. I have a plan, and my plan is, I know what my dinners are. I know what our typical breakfasts are. I know what I like for snacks. I make sure that I have the recipes for my dinner. I create my grocery list with those recipes, so I know all that is on hand. So when it comes time to cook dinner, I just have to go cook it. I don't have to worry that I don't have anything. And I put my my typical breakfast ingredients on my grocery list, my snack stuff, so I know I have everything on hand. That's a big time saver. And when it comes to dinner, you don't want to be rushing around, especially if you're coming home after a full day of being out and about or working. You just want to know, here's what we're having. And I check that in the morning too, when I'm like making my coffee. What am I got for dinner? So that I just know, like some recipes, I've got to marinate something. So it just kind of gets me mentally prepared for that dinner. I know I've got it on hand. When I'm coming home, I know what's going on. So that's my method. I plan out dinners. I know my breakfast. I know my snacks. I create the grocery list. I have all the recipes, and I have that dinner lined out. I clip that and I put it on my fridge. I order my groceries, so I do online grocery shopping. So then I just got to go pick them up. And I usually prep some stuff, like some veggies and stuff, so my husband has those to grab and take out the door. Or when I'm hungry, I can just grab them too. I work from home. So I like to really keep it simple, so that I can, if I make it too overcomplicated, and I have in the past, then I don't stick with it. So as you're going through your meal planning, if you have questions, definitely reach out to me. The Zoom link is my cell number, so you can text me. I have set business hours that I check my texts in the morning, midday, and evening. So I'll respond to you pretty quickly. So just know, go ahead and text whenever, because I'll check it. So the habits that I really want you to have in mind that you're creating first are weekend planning. So that includes looking at, what does your week coming up look like? Do you have a special event that's in the evening that you have to go to? Do you have doctor appointments at lunchtime, if you're working, right? Do you have an early morning meeting that you're going to have to be out the door early? And know those things so that you can plan, when is your workout going to happen that day if you got an early morning meeting? If you've got a lunch appointment, are you packing a lunch that you can take with you and eat, right? So you need to set yourself up success by knowing what's coming up and planning around that. So the weekend planning, and your weekend planning also then includes your meal plan. Like, create a plan. And if you want to specifically walk through that together, more than happy to do that with you. And so that's the habit super important habit to create. Weekend planning, a Sunday planning session, or whatever, however that works. Some people meal plan on Friday, go grocery shopping Saturday, do some meal prep on Sunday. It does help to break it up. Otherwise, like, you're spending like 2 hours planning and shopping and prepping, and that can get, like, I don't look forward to doing that kind of stuff. You know, I have to break it up. And then also making your part of your planning session, looking at your actual time schedule. Because a lot of times people think, I don't have time to do that. Well, you do. You just need to be mindful of what you got going on. We all have time. There's busier people than us that do this stuff regularly. So if they can do it, we can do it. So that's your first really big habit I want you to start creating and thinking about. And the second is using your tracker app. And if you have to do it on paper, you know, whatever's going to work for you, but you must track what you're eating in a day. If you're not tracking, you don't know how to change things up. So tracking reveals your trends. Trends reveal your truth. And when you see your truth, that's where you can make your changes, right? If you're coming to me and you're saying, I'm not losing any weight, it's not working. It's like, okay, let's look at your tracking. Let's look at your meal plan. And if you're not doing that, then how do we know to make some changes so that you can get the results? So it's super important to be tracking. And we can walk through that together too. Okay, so one of the final big pieces that I want to share is the Customer Getting Started Right Guide, which has lots of information in it, and then the Miracle Morning, how we're going to incorporate that. So let me share my screen one more time here. So I uploaded this, and this is what I will email out to everybody, is this sort of ebook that I put together. And it's just a guide to help you keep it really super simple. When I email it out like this is, you can click on this, it's a video link that walks you through Beachbody On Demand and just some other getting started information. I do have a personal commitment contract. I think this is good to fill out, put it up on your fridge. It's gonna remind you of your personal commitment to showing up and working through the hard and just making this commitment. And then mindset is the big one. So if you haven't set your goals, you need to. Like, goals are that destination that we're getting to. And you can 30, 60, 90-day goals. And as you see, as I scroll through here, you can set those. And then what's going to be your driver to get you to your goal is your why. Why is this particular goal important to you? So this is a really important assignment. So go through here and you can print this out. Tells you how to make them SMART goals. Very specific. People usually say, I want to lose weight and get fit. Okay, what does that look like? Like, how much weight? What does fit mean to you? So be very specific and measurable. So fit is, I want to be able to do 10 push-ups. Well, that's your goal. So then you break it down. This week I'm going to do 5 push-ups or 2 push-ups a day every day. And next week I'm going to do 4 push-ups a day every day. And so at the end of the month, you're doing 10 push-ups without, stopping, which is a lofty goal. So then I just go into some self-love principles, because I think we're too harsh on ourselves, and we're going to really go into this during this Love Your Body, Love Your Plate group. Read through these, and then setting your goals. So this is an example. So your first 30 days, what do you want to achieve? Like, you can line out a number of different things that you want to do. I want you to circle one that's most important to you, right? And then have an action plan. How are you going to achieve these things? Like, we can think about our goals all day long, but if we don't actually put actionable steps to them, then they just don't get done. We go about our day randomly and we never get to that goal. So we did a coffee chat 2 weeks ago that you can find the video in the Fit Family page about creating actionable steps. But I want you to then go in and set your goals. So this is a blank page where you can write out your goals, and you don't have to have 8. 3 is actually a good number. Like, in a month, we can only direct our mind in so many directions before we just kind of get overwhelmed and scattered. So I'd say pick 3 really important goals to you, create some action steps. What can I do on a daily basis that's going to get me to that goal? And then I got in here like your 3-month goal, 6-month goal, I think, yeah, 1-year goal. And then overcoming challenges. So what are the things that have typically stopped you from achieving your goals in the past? Or what do you see that keeps coming up that is like a roadblock or something that you're still struggling with? And identify those. And I do, and ways to overcome them. And if you need help with figuring out, like, how do I get past this? Let's talk about this, ways to overcome your challenges, because that's the hurdle you have to get past. Actually, I just walked through this with my son yesterday in something that happened at school, and it was so fulfilling to see him like confront that and walk through it, and he felt so much better after it. So part of this habit is that we create, this lifestyle that we create, is we're gonna come up against those challenges. So how do we get through them? And when you start getting that mindset of walking through those things, that becomes your habit. It's like, okay, I got this. This is how I walk through it. And it may be something different, you know, each month, but you're creating that habit in your mindset that we can get through this. We're gonna focus on non-scale victories this month, and I love it. So here's some examples, and I, give you more examples down here, and I want you to be able to print this out month of February, and then just go through this assignment. This is, we focus too much on the scale. Scale is important as a measurement, but it's not the be all and end all, right? We're doing, for personal development, Miracle Morning, but here are some great recommendations. Nutrition and workout programs. This is just a list coming off your Beachbody On Demand. So it's a good list to have right there in front of you. It's like, oh, I didn't know we had this hip hop abs. I might want to go look for that, right? And I have it in the levels of intensity that they are. Different nutrition plans and supplements that are available. Meal plan principles. So go through this. Again, this is kind of like that self-love principles. And it's just really wrapping your mindset around the tactical things that we do. So it is clean eating. We are meal planning and meal prepping, but it's so much more than that. And I need you to wrap your mind around that. So we are re-educating ourselves on what this really means. And then you got this in your Ultimate Portion Fix and in your program nutrition guide that you receive with your pack, but make sure you calculate your target. This is our baseline. If you want to lose weight, you're doing a calorie deficit. If you want to maintain, you start right here. And this is if you're exercising. And if you need help with that, let me know. The one thing I need to change on this, I didn't put, like, this is plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. And this determines how many of each of your containers you get. So I will be finding out what everybody's plan they're currently on so that I can help them. And then here's just a daily tracker, although I do recommend the Beachbody Nutrition Plus app. And when you get this, there's a link right here you can click. But if you like paper and pencil and you like to pencil it out, you want to keep this and just track through the day, you can do it this way too, right? Water is super important. Oh my goodness. People just do not drink enough water. And I encourage you to shoot for your body weight in ounces. The recommendation usually is half your body weight, but through spittle, through sweat, through, when you're exercising, just your body excretes like 60 ounces a day. So if you're doing the 8 glasses of 8 ounces, which was the traditional recommendation, you are just hitting even. I want you to really hydrate your body so it can function optimally. So try for your full body weight in ounces. And if you like, that's going to make you aim high so that you at least hit like maybe 100 ounces a day. And then final part is just taking your progress photos. Nobody wants to take them. I know it. Nobody likes taking them, but I guarantee you, you are going to be glad that you have them when you start making your progress. And those photos, when you put them side to side, are going to show a lot of progress that you may not be feeling or seeing on the scale. Transformation tracker, you're taking your measurements too, because sometimes the scale doesn't budge, but hey, hello, you've lost 3 inches, right? And I like inches more than pounds lost. And, so in taking your photo here, there's just some recommendations on how to do it. And There's a timer on your phone. You can have your husband take your photo. So I'll email that guide out later today to make sure you have all that information to kind of process through this weekend. Just read through it. It's like, not like you're going to do everything this weekend. We're going to this next week is kind of like prep week, continue as we kind of start getting into things. So don't feel overwhelmed. We're creating long-term habits here. So it's a lot of information up front, and you're incorporating change, and change just kind of feels a little bit awkward. And then the last thing is the Miracle Morning. So this is a great book I've walked a couple of groups through before, and it just kind of helps us to win our morning, to do a little bit of journaling, some affirmations, some visualization. It includes our exercise and some reading, which we are going to be doing with the Miracle Morning, and that's called the Savers, the Life Savers. So scribing or journaling, affirmation, visualization, exercise, and reading. And that really just kind of helps you to elevate your day. And I was going to read something, but we're at 40 minutes and I don't want this to go too much longer. So I will talk, I'm not going to jump into the Miracle Morning because I'm already loading you guys with a lot of information of getting your meals going and your exercising. So I want you to focus on that this first week, so we really get solid with our meal plan and creating those initial habits. Next week, so this week I'm going to be talking about the Ultimate Portion Fix and the different modules and the different principles this week. Next week, we will introduce the Miracle Morning and start adding that into our lifestyle, so that we kind of roll this out. I don't want to just dump everything on you and we try to make too much big change too quickly. I want you to really get comfortable with the meal planning and just this part of it, the foundation. So the final thing to say is just the expectation. I want you to show up in the group. There is a way to put a reminder on your phone. Actually, in the My Challenge Tracker app, if you go in the top corner, there's 3 lines. If you click that, it kind of takes you to your profile, and then you have settings, and you can put in there an alert. So I have mine set for 4 p.m. every day to make sure I come in, if I haven't logged, to get myself logged in and check into what you guys have logged and provide just a couple of comments on people's posts to help, support and encourage them. So that's what I would like you to do. Log in every day, or come into the app every day. Log in your workout and your Shakeology, and then look at some of the other people who have logged and, add some comments to their post just to help support and encourage them. And if everybody does that to everyone's, it just kind of helps keep us going. And this is the community aspect. This is the accountability. We have to hold ourselves accountable, but when we're surrounding ourselves with other people that are on this journey with us, that community helps us to really stay consistent. I think that's it. Oh, the last piece. I was always got, how many last pieces have I had? Outside support. Final, just let your friends and your family know, your close circle, this is what I'm doing. And I'm committing to this, and I would just ask for their support. Sometimes especially when we have family that's not on board, or they're not eating like we're eating, it can make it kind of hard. So if you just upfront let them know, this is what I'm doing, I really love your support. And it just kind of plants that seed in the back of their mind that, oh, this is important to her. So yeah, I'm not gonna flaunt the pizza in her face, or, there's a healthy pizza. We have pizza every Friday night. But so do that. Your outside support, that's going to help. And they're going to help you stay on track maybe when you want to give in. And then that's also what our community is for here. So, and then they may want to join us down the road. So you're leading by example, which is, I'm all about keep it simple, sister, and lead by example, because we need to be that example for our friends and our family. All right. I think that's plenty for today. Thank you for staying on, and I will stop the recording.